Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.
Well, it's the first day of fall, but weather conditions around the Sacramento area today were more like midsummer. Bright, sunny, and warm. But tonight on the football field, it's going to get hot as Elk Grove comes into Sheldon High to take on the Huskies on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Good evening. Welcome to the Sheldon Pleasant Grove Community Stadium here on the campus of Sheldon High School. Along with the Imperator of Analysis, Hall of Famer Jim Domino, I'm Will James. We welcome you aboard, and tonight we have a tough matchup from the daunting Delta. Early in league play, but crucial to both ball clubs, Jim.
It certainly is crucial. Both of these teams come in here 1-0 in Delta League play, having gone through the non-league schedule. Overall, 4-1 Sheldon against 2-2, but the real thing is league play. And the crowd's still coming in here tonight, which really shapes up to be quite a running battle between two great rushing attacks.
Well, the last meeting between these two ball clubs was a one-sided affair that was a reversal of an ongoing streak.
Well, the Huskies that really hammered the herd here, scoring 28 in each of the halves. They broke their road record, 7-game losing streak, and of course, Tyrell Smith, you'll see him tonight, scampered for 216 yards and 3 TDs.
Well, the last outings for these two ball clubs, both teams emerging victorious, but in contrasting style, Coach.
Well, they certainly have. Last Friday, of course, Elk Grove went over to Davis, had a tough battle on their hands. They rallied in the second half for a great win, evening their record at 2-2 and giving them a 1-0 standing here. Davis is no pushover this year and gave all the competition they wanted to Elk Grove.
Well, of course, John Heffernan's ball club on the hook tonight as we see the last outing there.
Well, there you have the Huskies exploded for 383 rushing yards. Tyrell Smith packed the load, the pill, for 256 and 3 TDs. The Sheldon defense held Jacob Track, one of the top running backs in the area, to 59 rushing. I think it's been a long, long time since Track has been held under 100 yards.
No question about that. Impact players always on the hook to lead the way for their respective teams. And for visiting Elk Grove, the herd headliners have to take the initiative tonight.
Well, let's start with quarterback Carter Harris. What a scat back. He's like having a running back, a quarterback. He's having a tremendous year, almost 600 yards, 6 touchdowns, a real threat. Trayvon Frazier, outstanding running back, defensive back. Kaylani Riddick, one of the top defensive players in the league, two-way starter. And Brandon Grant, probably one of the top linebackers in the Delta, manning that inside backer spot.
Well, Joe Catolico will be leaning on the Sheldon Sentinels to defend home field tonight.
Well, leading the Sheldon Huskies here and the Sheldon Sentinels are Tyrell Smith, 2 years starting at running back, over 1,000 yards last year, off to a great start this year, and approaching 500 yards, and has only played, I believe, in 3 or 4 games. Nick Garcia, one of the outstanding offensive linemen, great blocker. Fabian Joseph, two-way starter, outstanding on both ends. And watch this guy, Dylan Janelle, number 6, wide receiver, defensive back. He's all over the field.
Well, we have the table set for you tonight on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. When we come back, we'll check in with our partner, Lauren Goodman. She has more on tonight's big Delta League matchup. Stay with us.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul,
Estimated time 47 hours.
they will beg,
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
they will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome aboard. Well, Sheldon High School, the site this evening for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. I'm Will James along with Jim Domino. Let's toss our attention down to field level and our buddy Lauren Goodman.
Well, tonight is full of energy, and we got to start with our coaching counterparts. They set the tone. Tonight's for the visiting team is John Heffernan. He's in his second year with Elk Grove, but his 15th season overall. Coach is carrying a 104-61 record since 2004. He had his best season in 2012, where his team was able to go 12-1 and reach the semifinals at the SJS. Now he also has 5 championships, as well as an 8-12 playoff record. For the home team, they have Joe Catalico. He's in his 3rd season at Sheldon, but his 11th season overall. You see their 98-33 record overall. His best season came in 2010, where his team went 13-1 and won the D1 championship. Coach also has 4 Delta River championships, as well as an 18-8 record. These two coaches are very familiar with one another. Now, for our play series history with the two teams, they know each other very well. This is their 14th matchup. Elk Grove is leading tremendously with a 10-3 lead. But now last season, Huskies were able to break that streak and go ahead and get a tremendous victory, 56-20 over Elk Grove at home. So that was a lasting victory. As long with the season history, we have a coach history here. Now this is John and Joe's fourth matchup. Joe is leading it 2-1. Now last season, like I mentioned, they won 56-20 at Elk Grove. But prior to the two coaches being at Elk Grove and Sheldon, they were at Burbank and Pleasant Grove, and they split the titles. So two teams, two coaches that know each other very well. Will, back to you.
Thank you very much, Lauren. Certainly a matchup of long-standing, distinguished coaches, and we'll see about the moving the chess pieces tonight, Coach, but always keys in any good game. And certainly the coaching decisions, the adjustments and counter-adjustments will be crucial. So the Imperators, keys to the game, you can mark those down and follow along because they're usually always on the money.
Okay, let's start out with our keys. You got two offenses that love to run the football.
Yes, as you can see there, what we were saying earlier about the temperature holding true and humid tonight around the area. But with our attention focused on the game, I think people will forget about the discomfort and settle right into the attraction on hand, the main event.
Okay, let's start with two running offenses, triple option versus I formation. Sheldon with that I formation, following that fullback and that good line blocking. Triple option quarterback like Carter Harris leading the herd. Of course, defenses with two running games like this, you're going to see 8 in the box quite common tonight. What happened to passing? Well, we'll find out. Neither of these teams come in here with much of a passing attack, least record of. Harris versus the Husky D's. Carter Harris, a great running quarterback. He just is a gifted athlete with 572 yards. Moving the chains, both teams like to move the chains, run the football. Red zone scoring is huge, particularly in the case of the herd. They haven't been scoring in the red zone. And then, above all, protect the football. Who will turn it over? Will turnovers provide a difference?
That'll be a huge key among all those keys. We want you to stay with us. When we come back, we'll take a look at starting lineups and brace for the opening kickoff upon our return.
It used to be simple. When I was young and couldn't figure things out, I asked for help. I let someone know when I got hurt, or scared, or sad. As I grew older, things got more complicated. Sometimes people let me down, so I solved my own problems. Then I joined the military. They trained me to be strong. I learned to carry my own weight, and sometimes the weight of others. Now that I'm home, it seems hard to fit back in. Reaching out is difficult because I want to do it on my own. Remember when you were young? Asking for help was simple. We asked for help. You don't have to do this alone. Veterans like us have faced similar challenges. We're not alone at MakeTheConnection.net.
Welcome back. The sun setting here. A little bit of dusk conditions now. The illumination taking hold here at Sheldon High School, where it's homecoming. Lots of festivities and extra energy buzzing around the stadium, but the main event on the field is the real deal in the daunting Delta. With Jim Domino and Lauren Goodman, I'm Will James. We welcome you aboard. Sheldon coming in 4-1, having won their last 4, and the 2-2 herd coming in with back-to-back wins after dropping their first 2. Excellent conditions for tonight's ball game. Ideal, you might say. Just enough warmth throughout the afternoon to get loose, and certainly comfort increasing by the minute. Our game officials assigned by the NCOA are on the spot. Veteran Hal Steinbeck will be wearing the white cap tonight. He's our game referee. Steve Jones, the umpire. Head linesman tonight, Sonny Solich. David Pezzanella, line judge. And our back judge tonight, Mike Dominguez. Elk Grove will kick off from our right to our left. They're wearing their visiting whites. And host Sheldon in their home black trimmed in teal, which I thought was their primary color. They'll be receiving.
Well, we've got a big crowd still coming in, Will. It's homecoming, and people are still coming in. Early start here, only 7:15 kickoff.
Josiah Renteria with the kickoff. It's a short one. Taking on the dead run at about the 20 and working his way ahead for a run back to the 35 and good field position upcoming. Good looking younger running back right there with the run back, LaDon Johnson. So good field position on the opening possession for the host Huskies, opening from their 36-yard line.
Well, Elk Grove in their odd defense, three-man front, two outside backers, two inside backers here. Let's see what they can do to stop that running game of the Sheldon Huskies.
We'll set that Sheldon offense for you momentarily. Meantime, Salinas under center. And run, run, run is the storyline tonight. Short yardage there, and the starters, Salinas, the returning starting QB. Joseph, a great lead back. Terrell Smith tearing it apart. Janelle and Graves, outstanding game-breaking receivers. Pierce, the tight end. And there you see veteran Nick Garcia anchoring that O-line for the Huskies. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. He wants to throw out to the left side, incomplete, a busted route, and definitely that play out of rhythm. 3rd and 8 upcoming. For the Herd, they go with the down 3 in their 34 defense. Veteran Devin Ford at the nose guard, a late replacement there. The 4 backers are hard hitters, and they're going to have to do a lot of that tonight against this run game. All-star Brandon Grant leading that bunch. And Riddick outstanding in that 4-deep secondary. Sweep left on 3rd and long. And Janelle gets his first carry. Let's see where they put it. 4th and a foot.
Come on, Malcolm.
So they park the football at the 45, and we'll see what offensive-minded head coach Joe Catolico wants to do here. As Salinas gets a play from the side. Here they go on 4th down. Roll the dice. Boy, stacked up, full house backfield. Salinas turn and give a blast straight ahead for plenty. Well, Smith was the right guy to give it to, and he blasted for the first down. Let's take another look. Gain of 3 there. Elk Grove nose tackle Devin Ford with the tackle. Turn and give. Williams, short yardage. You're going to see a variety of backs in and out of that Husky backfield, and they've got a heck of a brigade in that department.
Outside backer Cade Jordan, number 7, came from outside in to get Smith, because he really got great penetration into that backfield before Smith got going.
Early on, 9:45 to go. We're just underway. Nice to have you with us on the game of the week. Run, 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 and that was stuffed and shoved back. Again, Justin Williams with his 2nd straight carry, but nothing doing. So it's going to bring up 3rd and close to 8. And a key play here from midfield. Back to throw, quick hitch. Janelle, traffic to run, steps away from a tackler, stays on his feet, and struggles ahead before being gang tackled inside the Elk Grove 35. Dylan Janelle.
Well, as mentioned in our pregame, Will, you were right on the money with Dylan Janelle catching that bubble screen and moving the chains. An outstanding athlete, two-way starter, and he is tough in the open field. Have a look at this. You see Salinas run that bubble, a high pitch, but boy, Janelle takes it. He knows what to do it. Broke a tackler too, and you see him stumbling forth, moving the chains.
Catch and run for 16 yards. Huskies on the move in the opening possession. Right side, Terrell Smith. Nice hole, short yardage, but a pretty good blast for about 5 there. So they park it at the Elk Grove 29, gain of 5, make it 2nd and 5. Almost a full moon above us tonight on a clear night. Very comfortable. Turn and give, up the gut. A quick opener that almost blasted for a lot more yardage. Smith is having a heck of a season. Just shy of a first down by, that is a first down. 1st and 10, another look.
Watch the handoff, and right up the middle goes Smith, picking up nice blocking up front by Lopez, Staley, Davenport, right up the middle.
Gain of 6. Again, Smith weaving his way between the hash marks, finally dropped near the 15, we'll call it the 16-yard line. Another good bite. Gain of 7, make it 2nd and 3.
Got an equipment repair in there, and watch Smith bursting up inside, breaking a couple of tackles. He really gets off, picking up in a 7-yard gain.
Devin Sullivan, the outside backer, with that stop. He's their leading tackler. Turn and give, this time Williams. That one sealed up nicely, though, off the left side. Let's see, first down, just enough for it. So the Huskies' ground game doing what it has been doing all season long, chewing up mass quantities of yardage. So they put it on the 12 after that gain of 4. Deep red zone, right side running. That one was bottled up and stuffed, and Williams had nowhere to go, no daylight. We're nearing midway first. Happy to have you with us this evening for Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. This is a key Delta League matchup. Both of these squads coming in 1-0.
Well, halfway through the first quarter, and once again, we said that the clock management comes into play with these two running ball clubs tonight, believe me.
Whistles are going to halt play here momentarily as we'll have a conference with our side judge and game referee, Hal Steinbeck. Discussion involving something off the playing field, evidently. Lauren Goodman will probably figure out what this delay is all about, and if it's a necessary stoppage or just, I won't even speculate. 5:56, midway first.
It looked to me like an equipment leeway there back in the corner where they wanted a little more room to the sidelines.
So it's 2nd and 10 after the no gain carry by Justin Williams. And we'll see what the Huskies have up their sleeve here. Motion shown, turn and give. Smith has the pill. Nice defense again. They plugged that hole. It's going to bring up a third and rather long. Right on the 10-yard line. 3rd and 8 upcoming.
Well, they were waiting for Smith at that time now. They really slanted their defense in. Their front four really slanted in. Ford, Sumrow, and Jickerson slanted into the middle, stopping Smith.
Janelle out wide to the right. Over the middle. A bobble and a drop on a leaping attempt there by Graves. A high strike, but catchable. He had both hands on it. Incomplete. 4th and 8 from the 10.
Well, you don't see a kicker coming in.
No, you do not. So this will be the second 4th down conversion attempt. Sheldon succeeded on their first try, but they had only short yardage to get. The backs are split this time. Sacked! Tremendous pass rush that time. 3 of the herd all over Salinas.
Well, he kind of ran a little bit of a Statue of Liberty. If you look at this play again, it looked like it was going to be a pass, but watch the handoff. Look at this.
Ball's at the 1.
Watch this. Back to throw. Draw play.
There
Behind the back draw.
Smith, man. Nice inside cut right there, almost making pay dirt. I missed that handoff altogether, but well executed, and Salinas paid the price to hang tough on that.
He sure did. He took a whack.
Okay, we're going to step back for a quick break. Stay with us. This is the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you look. From losing your hair, even your eyebrows, to changes in your skin and nails, cancer treatment can rob you of your confidence and self-esteem. But Look Good, Feel Better changes all that. More than 800,000 women have learned how to address the appearance side effects of cancer treatment through our workshops. Visit lookgoodfeelbetter.org to find a free workshop near you. Let Look Good, Feel Better help you feel like you again.
First and goal for the Huskies, trying to get on the board. They smack it hard. Touchdown Huskies as they blast in from 1. And the big fullback taking his turn, Malcolm McLaughlin. 6-0. It comes at the 4:24 and lots of clock use. Let's take another look.
That could get off by the front. He only needed a couple of yards. Lopez, Staley, Davenport really got off the football, and then big, strong McLaughlin got behind him, taking it in.
PAT on the way. On target, Westlake with the point, and a quick look at the TD as we see the blast in. We're going to come right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
7-0. Sheldon draws first blood here. capping a 64-yard drive, 16 plays that used better than 7.5 minutes. And the kickoff out of bounds along the near sideline. Flag thrown, and Elk Grove will inherit good field position for its opening drive possession.
We talk about both these teams being able to run the football and use the clock well. They certainly, Coach Catalico loves those kind of drives. Line getting off, Smith getting off, hard running in there by Smith and McLaughlin, moving the chains. One big pass play to Janelle was huge in the drive.
Up to the line. The Herd is going to be delayed a little bit here from getting their first play from scrimmage, and we're going to be looking at John Heffernan's offense, a flex bone triple option, if you will. If you follow Georgia Tech football, they run it.
Georgia Tech and Navy excel in it.
Whistles are going to blow this one dead. Crook had the handoff. So here's what they're putting out on the field, led by a very dangerous runner, quarterback Carter Harris, and he runs that triple option well. Crook, the fullback, Frazier, Hall, Marlin, and Kendall. And then that interior line that's done a nice job opening up holes for a very run-heavy offense. Penalty against the Herd. Make it 1st and 15, football at their own 30. Motion in the backfield by Hall. He takes the pitch and works to the right. Turns it up. Gets a few. Pretty good lateral containment. Huskies on defense go with the down 3. Fabian Joseph, also a dynamite lead blocker, anchoring that D line, and Big Solomon Torres too. Smith, double starter at one outside backer. Pierce on the other side, the starting tight end. And in the secondary, a good one. Hunt and Janelle, the corners. Gabe Brown and Michael Graves at the safeties. Inside run play straight ahead. Short yardage. Well, they gave it to Riddick, who's kind of a seldom used fullback, but tough runner. Third and 12 upcoming. Football at the Herd 33.
Well, it's forcing the Herd to throw the football, which they don't like to throw the football. It's not that Harris cannot throw. They prefer to run the football.
Double wide to the near side. Harris under center. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to run it, and he gets blasted hard. Whoa, daddy.
Yeah, yes. Number 5 was right there. Elijah Pierce with a big hit.
Picks up a few, but 4th and 9 will likely force the Elk Grove punt.
What really put them in a hole was that penalty. That put them at 1st and 15 right off the get-go.
High snap, not much of a rush. Gets it away. It's angled toward the right side and takes a great Elk Grove bounce for an extra 20. They're going to down that one at approximately the 23-yard line.
Well, he picked up another 20 on the bounce, didn't he, Will?
44 yards total, but a huge hunk, as you say, Jim, on that bounce. But a stop, nevertheless.
3 and out is not what the Herd wanted to do to respond to that long drive of the Huskies.
Salinas will be under center all night. Short drop, wants to throw. Deep shot, caught on the dead run, and Graves is all alone, and he goes the distance. Whoa! 77 yards, Salinas to Graves. Last week they teamed up on an 83-yarder, and he had double coverage beat flat.
Well, he did, and that is a great call from the 23-yard line. I love it on first down. I'll tell you, Joe Catalico with a great call on 1st and 10. Really impressive.
Well thrown pass. So Westlake back on. He's done well on his point after touchdowns this season. Low snap spotted, and he's under it nice and got it. Another look at the bomb. This is Salinas to Graves, and you can see he puts it right where he wants to, and then Graves motors away from both of these defenders for the last 35 yards. We'll be right back for more.
He leaves them.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Short pooch taken at the 25 on the dead run, angling to the far side, trying to pick up a picket line, and does, and he skirts outside. Excellent run back right when Elk Grove needed it the most. Javay Pinckney.
Yep.
So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Thundering Herd. Football parked at the 44, but they're going to move it to the 40, well, right to the midfield stripe.
Well, it was 3 and out for the Herd in the last one, and 3 and punt. Let's see what they can do now to move that football. Carter Harris at the quarterback spot.
Whistles are going to kill this play. So this game has been interrupted by a few penalties. Let's see what this one's all about.
Well, their timing is way off. So really, it's what's happening. They end up with 2 guys in motion and not setting for a full second. Once again, they're in a hole. This happened to them the last series.
Starting off on both occasions with a 5-yard penalty to bring up a 1st and 15. Now it's from their own 45 with a minute 52 left in the quarter. Motion in the backfield. He goes upstairs. Broken up. Double coverage out there. And
excellent coverage.
They were trying to go deep, and I figured they might try to sting them. It was Frazier, the intended receiver.
Well, Graves and Hunt were right there with him. Number 4 and number 2. Have a look at this. He's going to one guy, and he is double covered down the field by Graves and Hunt, both with excellent coverage.
2nd and 15. Down in distance, worsening a little bit for the Herd. They need to click on something here. He keeps it and works right. Stymied and hit from behind and shoved forward. A good little gain. It gets back the penalty yardage as he makes the Sheldon 48. Fabian Joseph on the stop. 34 you see there.
Watch quarterback Harris fake that dive inside and follow his back off tackle. Great second effort, picked up 3 additional yards.
Gain of 6, 3rd and 9 from midfield. Key play for the Herd if they want to sustain here. They're down 14. Back to throw. Harris rolls, fires. Incomplete. Well, the throw out there, pretty good throw, but not much field on the short side to work with.
Not much at all. And now you're bringing the kicking team back in there. And right now, the first two series, they're majoring in three and done, 3 and out.
Okay, single safety back for the Huskies. Dylan Janelle as the herd shows punt. And they do. Again, angled to the right sideline, out of bounds. Let's see where they really mark that one. An effective punt, no return, and it's inside the Sheldon 25.
Here you see Coach with a 14-0 lead, Coach Catalico, taking over deep in his territory again with a great call on first down, ending in a 77-yard pass play, putting them out front 14-0.
From their own 27, Husky, a right side run, good daylight there. Nice opening off the right side, and again, you know, Fabian Joseph is an all-around stellar student athlete for this squad. Used mostly as a lead blocker, but here you see here he knows how to handle himself when he packs the pill.
There you see Joseph, nice move, picking up nice 8-yard gain.
Big daylight again. Boy, I'll tell you, that downfield blocking is, there's Johnson. And, you know, LaDon Johnson, one of 5 outstanding running backs for this squad. First down.
Well, right now, the LOS line of scrimmage is what we call it, LOS. Garcia, Davenport, Lopez, Staley, and Rodriguez are really opening up some holes up front.
So they work from the Sheldon 46 with just 12 seconds left in the quarter. Quick shot right side, bobbled and incomplete. Intended for Janelle out there, well defended on the wing by Matthew Kendall. 8 seconds left after the stoppage. Another look. Bobbled and incomplete. Second and 10 upcoming. Tight formation there. Single wide out to the right. They tried the same maneuver there with the slick handoff, and it did not work. That time, Deontra Brooks had the carry. That's going to close out the quarter, but Lauren Goodman has an interview for us down on field level. Lauren?
Well, I'm here with Activities Director Zach Newman in his first year. How are you enjoying it so far?
It's been fantastic. We have a lot of really positive energy going on right now at Sheldon, and this is our homecoming week, so we had a fantastic spirit week and homecoming parade, and it's working out so far with us, the homecoming football game. So, yeah, things are going real well.
Now, even though this is your first year, how long have you been around? How's your roots?
So this is my 6th year at Sheldon High School. I was a product of the Elk Grove Unified School District, went to Elk Grove High School, graduated a long time ago. My wife works at Sheldon High School as well. She's wonderful, she's supportive, she's fantastic. Sheldon's a great place to be. I'm very fortunate that I'm here, and again, 6th year, but first year as activities.
Now, what is the work look like to put in for a homecoming week? I know it's only 1 week, but how much work do you guys have to put in?
So me personally, I'm very lucky because I have some of the hardest working kids on campus. Lots of planning, lots of follow through with what we're doing. So we had spirit days every day. We're doing check-ins at lunch. We're giving out Otter Pops for kids that are dressed up. Parade today was really successful. But that was months in the making. And again, my students are fantastic and the hardest workers on campus. And the homecoming dance tomorrow, I expect nothing less, be really successful and a really good time.
Now, how are you going to use this position to build the culture and morale? Already a great school, but how are you going to build to that legacy?
Sure. I think that we have a really diverse population of students, which is something that we focus on. And we have a multicultural assembly, which happens in November. It's November 16th. All of the clubs on campus are welcome to perform. We have about 45 clubs, and they range from like the Asian Club, the Sheldon Breakdancers Club. We have Hmong Club, KMC. They get an opportunity to perform. It's one of those things where we, instead of looking at our diversity as a challenge, we get to celebrate our diversity and how wonderful that can be.
Well, it seems like Sheldon's in great hands with their activities, and I hope that you have a great rest of the year. That's back to you, Will.
Okay, thank you very much, Lauren. A good run by Salinas on a scramble. He can't quite get all of it, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 5 here. Punt formation shown by the Huskies. And Harris, the solo safety. Punt on the way, directly to the returner, right at him. Fumbled! And a scramble. He may have recovered it. And they avoid what could have been a serious turnover there.
Very serious, since they've only had the ball for 8 downs, of which 2 were punts, Will. They've had a total of 6 downs. Out of the 6 downs that they have had, Will, they've been penalized 2 out of 6.
Not a good ratio. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Herd. Don't know about the delay. Hal Steinbeck signaling something to the Elk Grove sideline. And it looks like, okay, he's showing it's a penalty. It's going to be evidently against Sheldon. We'll see about the walk-off. Holding. Okay, Hal.
Well, holding.
Ten-yard penalty. It goes out to the 29. 1st and 10. So their first down is by way of penalty. The quick opener is nothing but short yardage. So far, this young Sheldon defensive unit is staying home, staying on their assignments.
Well, Crooks got 3 on that, barely. 3 yards for Crooks, number 25, and they are staying at home. They're not faking anybody out. And quite frankly, he's not losing us in terms of deception here. It's not a problem following the ball from up here.
No, I haven't seen any triple option yet. Well, little deception that time, trying to go wide right, but that doesn't get much for them. Justin Williams out there in on that stop, a good part of that stop. Hunter Hall with the carry. So he picks up 5. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 upcoming.
3rd and 2, short 2.
They blast it up the middle, and they go with their big back, Jacob Crook.
Well, they may have to measure. I think they're going to bring in the chains.
Well, they were indecisive, and now they're calling it a 1st down after a long delay. So it's the first down the Herd has registered by way of actually gaining the yardage.
Watch this, no hole there. I mean, they stopped Crooks almost in his tracks.
1st and 10. Turn, fake. Here's a toss and a wild scramble after that fumble. A muffed pitch. Well, 2 mishandles in the last 5 plays, including the kickoff. Elk Grove fortunate to retain possession.
Well, that pitch to Hall from quarterback Harris backfired. It puts them in a huge hole. They went from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 25.
I would say that's football at the Herd 26. They're going to have to make up some ground here. Let's see if they go upstairs. Harris on the run, looking downfield. He's going to keep it and run for the sideline, turn the corner, and get a couple extras. He's knocked out hard near the 35. Defensively, General Bright. So it's going to bring up 3rd and short after a pretty nice scramble right there. Let's hear another look here. Quarterback Harris picking up some yardage. 4th and 2, close to 3. Roll, look, and fire on the run. A comeback catch attempted, but it may have been a trap out there. Incomplete. Coverage on the play. Justin Williams out there and Janelle. Here's another look at the rollout toss by Harris. What do you see, Jim?
Well, we had a 3rd and 12, and it went out of bounds there. A 3rd and 12 on that last play. Now he's forced to punt the football.
Well, their offense has been stymied so far. You'd have to credit this Sheldon defense. High, but very short. And it takes a backward bounce this time. So tremendous field position inherited by the Huskies here, just shy of midfield, so they're in business.
Well, thus far it's been all Huskies. They've dominated the clock, the scoreboard, and the line of scrimmage. Will, certainly their front 5, Garcia, Davenport, Lopez, Staley, and Rodriguez, are opening up the holes, and hard running by McLaughlin, Joseph, and Smith certainly have been dominating so far.
1st and 10 from the Husky 48. Turn and give. Fabian Joseph with the carry, and he's gang tackled and shoved back. Tough D right there by Elk Grove. Many tacklers in on that play. And you'll see here, Jinkerson getting up off the bottom. 15 started that.
Well, Joseph barely got back to the line of scrimmage. He hasn't carried the ball. Fullback in this offense doesn't get too many carries. He's
Loss
a blocker.
of 1, 2nd and 11, right side running, Justin Williams. Gets a couple, he makes the midfield stripe, but it's going to leave him 3rd and long. Gain of 3, 3rd and 8 upcoming from the 50. And Justin Williams, you'll see here, working right on the toss. A speed back, and he, along with Dylan Janelle, on that 4x100 Sheldon track team. Salinas wants to throw. Over the middle, he stepped up and threw a strike in the middle of the field. Well, Graves, I'll tell you, took them off the hook there. He was surrounded.
He was, and you know what? That was a clutch throw by Salinas. It was a wobbler, but you know what? He got the ball there. Watch that. Under pressure, there he finds him right there.
There's 4 tacklers around him, but he found the sweet spot. 1st down at the Herd 35. First half thus far dominated by Sheldon in everything. Time of possession, yardage, points. Nice stop right there on the give to Terrell Smith. What else is happening around the league? Well, looky here. In an afternoon start over in Carmichael, Franklin paid a visit to Jesuit. Looky here, 42-7. And that was not unexpected. Victory for Jesuit. So in their first Delta League, they are now 1-0 after having the bye last week. Salinas sends Smith in motion, longer count this time. He pulls it back and he throws on the run to Fabian Joseph, who's hit from behind and shoved forward to the 25. Nice improvising Francisco Salinas.
Excellent effort. Now, my question is, was he down with the knees? And they're discussing it.
Well, this might help us here. There is a penalty marker down. Now let's take a look. Looked like his knee might have been down, but we'll see about the penalty. And it's going to come against Sheldon. There's Hellstein back.
We'll take a look at it. You'll see his knee touch prior to release of the ball. Watch him flush the pocket. Looking downfield, great effort by Salinas. And this is great camera work, and the knee goes before the release.
They set up the screen, but it's incomplete. Salinas under heavy pressure. That was set up beautifully. Had he completed that, that would have been a big gainer. Instead, incomplete. 3rd and 15. Midway second at the 6:14 mark. The Huskies have absolutely gobbled up time of possession. Obvious passing down. Graves and Juniel, prime targets. Heavy pressure on the way, and he's hit and sacked.
Well, very fortunate he didn't fumble the ball. Give Salinas credit for holding, protecting the football, because he was under heavy duress.
So the Herd gets a stop. Take another look at the pass pressure. He had no time.
Oh, they're all over him, and credit kind of a double sack there on a part of 10 coming real hard. Devin Sullivan.
On 4th and 21. Line drive directly to the returner. It's bobbled. Harris now. Actually, no. That would be Riddick with the return on that. 3 bobbles and 3 recoveries by the Herd to prevent further damage. So at the 5:25, the Herd gets a key stop, and they've got some time to try to drive the field. They're down 14 zip. And they've been handled so far.
Well, they certainly have in every category. From the line of scrimmage on, from the kicking game.
From the Herd 22. Harris working left, and just a big crowd there.
Well, right now the line of scrimmage is pretty much owned on both sides of the football by the Sheldon offensive line and defensive line. We've given credit to the Sheldon O, but let's look at this. I'll tell you, great team pursuit by the Huskies. They're right there, right all over Harris.
Gain of 2, make it 2nd and 8 from the Elk Grove 24. Carter Harris rolls, looks, throws out to the right side. A leaping catch there on an off-target pass. Nice effort, certainly, on the reception there. Turned in Frazier with the grab, and they moved the chains.
Let's look at this over again. Here you see Harris rolling out right. He finds Frazier, Trevon Frazier, number 5, and picks up a first down, one of the few they've had here in the first half.
Clock continues to roll. Both of these are run-heavy teams, and you're going to see lots of rolling clock. Nothing doing. I don't know what hole they were trying to find on that, but they didn't get it.
No, they didn't get it. Now, the Herd doesn't have a good come-from-behind attack. They're run, and they really don't want to depend on passing to play catch-up football, and that's a position they're in tonight. Fabian Joseph all over the place here making plays for Sheldon. McLaughlin and Joseph.
2nd and 8.
Sheldon against the run tonight, much tougher than expected.
Right side run, he cuts it nice, and Harris makes some yardage out across the 40.
He's a little short, but even if he's short, they're going to have to, it's 3rd and short. Have a look at this, Harris. fakes the inside against the grain, keeps the football, makes a nice move, picks up about 7. He's got 3rd and 1.
From the 42, clock rolling, just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half, a rapidly played first half. Sufficient time, certainly, but really none to waste either for the Herd. Taking their time here. Up the gut running that time, Jacob Crook. Short yardage. First down, another look. That is a first down.
The clock keeps moving, and the Herd is content.
Well, the Herd is humming because of Run TMC. Frazier, Matthew Kendall, and Carter. Trayvon, Matthew, and Carter doing the job at the skill positions, on the move. Nothing doing that time. Crook got spun around and shoved back. Tough D all night long by Sheldon.
Sheldon, McGrath, Torres, and Joseph are dominating the inside, and outside backers Pierce and Smith are penetrating into the backfield. So I'll tell you, this Sheldon versus the run, let's have another look at it. Nowhere to go for Crooks. And Sheldon D all over the field.
2nd and 9 from the Elk Grove 47 with 1:49 to go. Clock rolling against the Herd right now, trying to hustle. Harris rolls, fires deep left sideline. Well covered and broken up. That's a pass interception as Graves comes away with his 2nd theft of the season. I'll tell you, he's played big since being injured with the foot problem early in the season. He had an 83-yard touchdown reception a week ago, a 77-yarder earlier tonight, and just now, another pass interception. Here's how it happens.
Watch Michael Graves go up for the football. The ball's up for grabs. Michael Graves, get up there, watch him extend those hands. A nice interception by Michael Graves, number 2.
1st and 10 from the Sheldon 15-yard line. A minute and a half to go. Up the middle, tough running, decent gain. Johnson with the carry. Well, Graves has been instrumental at multiple positions for 2 years now on the varsity. A big play guy on offense and on defense, as you just saw. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 23. Off the left side this time, a gang tackling effort led by Devin Sullivan and company.
Johnson going in for tough yardage. And right now, Coach Kataliku's ball club is content. They've got a nice 14-0 lead. They're playing solid defense. They're moving the chains on offense. And it appears to me they're not in a hurry in this final 28 seconds.
Nor should they be. They've played hard. Their defense has excelled. They've got 2 touchdowns on the board. They've been in control from the outset. Last play, most likely here. And nothing doing. Well, I'll tell you, LaDon Johnson, one of their power backs, just got 3 straight carries. 7 seconds remaining. Interesting situation here in the danger zone.
Well, it is. I want to know who called the timeout. Did Elk Grove call the timeout? Because certainly Sheldon doesn't need a timeout.
No, I don't. They must have. So we'll just keep it right here. Elk Grove and John Heffernan and company hoping that they can make something happen here on the last play of the half with a defensive play.
Well, a punt return, and again, you know, you got to be forever optimistic, but it also could bounce in your face. If you don't feel that punt correctly, you could lose the football. Very dangerous situation.
It is. The danger starting here in punt formation with a snapper and a punter needing to be synchronized here. Double safeties back at midfield for Elk Grove. Good snap on target. The punt away to the right sideline. Out of bounds, no return, and this half has expired. Don't wander off though, because we've got interviews coming up. Lauren Goodman will be at halftime chatting with our respective head coaches and some other distinguished guests here at Sheldon High on homecoming night. And so far for the home team, a good night with a 14-point lead at the intermission as Sheldon tries to win its 5th straight. Well, let's go ahead and bounce down to Lauren Goodman. What you got, Goody?
Well, Coach, you jumped out big, 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. How important is that to your start?
Well, it's very important to get out and get a lead on them. Obviously, we weren't as sharp offensively as we'd like to have been in the second quarter, but I thought we were playing good defense, and they're a good football team, so credit to them. We got to try to pick it up a little bit offensively, hopefully in the second half, try to keep playing the same kind of defense.
Now, the offense wasn't what you wanted to be, but the defense was amazing. How did that carry you through to this halftime?
Well, like you said, the kids did a good job, but they've got a good group offensively, and they'll make some adjustments, so we've got to be able to come out and try to take away the things that they want to do and hopefully keep that score staying the way that it is in our favor.
Coach, what's the message that you want to get across to your team at this halftime?
Just that they're going to come out, they're going to come out firing, and they're going to come out trying to come back, and we got to play like it's 0-0 and make sure we maintain our intensity and keep our focus and try to limit their plays and limit our mistakes.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Okay, Lauren, thank you very much. Coach Catalico has to be pleased with what's going on here at the half on the field, and certainly more fuel on the fire for homecoming night. Stay with us. Lots more to come on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week.
Maria, so how's work?
It was 4th period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bell and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool.
Your son wants to get a cat,
I'll really take care of it.
but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Well, we're here at Sheldon High School where the score is 14-0, and I'm here with Paula Duncan, the principal of Sheldon High School. How are you doing tonight? Very busy.
Fabulous. It's homecoming week.
So I talked to your athletic director earlier and your activities director. Long week, full of activities. How have you been enjoying this week?
It's been fabulous. We've had the crazy turnout for Wacky Wednesday dress and all the stuff that high school kids do, and Powder Puff filled the bleachers on Wednesday, and now we've got a great homecoming game and the spirit's good. So I'm good.
Great. Well, I was looking online, and I know you guys offer so many academic programs, with Sheldon setting a very high academic excellence program. How are you leading this group and expanding more academically?
Well, I can tell you, you hire phenomenal teachers who have a vision for what kids can do and what they can do in a career path or college, and then you provide the funds, and then you get out of their way.
Well, you've been here for a while, leading the group, leading the pack as a female. How do you feel the future of Sheldon is growing and expounding?
I think it's in great stead. We've got phenomenal admin, activities, athletic department chairs, academies, coaches. All that puts a great program for kids, because that's really what we're here for.
The spirit is really, really high today. Stadium full. How does that make you feel as a principal?
It just makes me smile. I'm feeling so blessed.
Well, that's all we have right now from the field, Will. Back to you.
Hey, thank you very much, Lauren. Stay right here with us. We're at the intermission. Hometown Sports Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Awesome.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Nice to have you with us this evening here at Sheldon High School, where it's homecoming and the home team on top, 14-0 at the intermission. And this will give us a chance to go to the Imperators weekly rankings, and that would be Domino's dozen.
Well, let's start out with Folsom, nationally ranked Folsom. Just a cut above is an understatement. We've seen them several times this year. They are something else with tons of threats. Intercom number 2 with all that speed. Terry Stark's club coming off a bye. Placer, Joey Montoya's team unbeaten. Del Oro unbeaten with a huge win over Granite Bay last week. Oak Ridge bouncing back off a tough loss to Folsom and hoping to finish number 2 in that league. Monterey Trail undefeated. Monterey Trail, TJ Ewing's club. Capital Christian also unbeaten. Wood Creek unbeaten. Ponderosa unbeaten. Elk Grove you're looking at tonight on the short end of a 14-0 score here, dominated by Sheldon. And Jesuit off a fresh win this afternoon over Franklin in an afternoon ball game in that 11 spot. In the red zone, Center having a great year. River Valley running that wing T with Humphers at the helm too. Granite Bay off a tough loss to Del Oro. Rio Linda having a great season. Grant trying to drop back, recover in that tough SFL league. Coach Albergini has his hands full. Lincoln, Bear River, Casa Roble off to a great start for the first time in the last 3 or 4 years.
Certainly is. It's been a while since I have recalled them being up in the rankings. Let's credit the Rams out there. And Lauren Goodman has more from us from field level. Athletic Director Denise Aguilar. Lauren?
Well, I'm here with Denise. Denise, how are you enjoying tonight?
Oh, I'm loving it. This is the culmination of the homecoming week. I'm sure everybody's told you about it. And this week has been exceptional. I mean, the participation from the kids and the staff has just been amazing, and it's just been nothing but fun. So lots of giggles.
Besides homecoming going on right now, what else is going on with sports in fall?
So we've got volleyball, women's volleyball. They've been doing a great job. They've been very competitive. Time we're offering all 3 levels, so we've got a freshman squad, and that's super good to see those young kids coming out and a place for them. Obviously cross country, always successful, is running on the weekends, and then our ladies golf and our ladies tennis, both starting league and doing well, representing really well. So it's been a really good fall for us so far. Yeah.
You at the helm, how are you leading and helping these student athletes be successful not only in the classroom but on the field?
Well, we always preach to them they are student athletes. Like, nobody comes to high school to play sport, they come to get that diploma. And so they know that that's how we feel, and that's what we preach in and out. And being part of Sheldon, being part of our family, there's always support for them, and they know that they get that classroom piece done, they get to come out and do the athletic part. And so we actually have record numbers this year out for fall, so it's been working really well.
Awesome. Well, with all this great success, what sets Sheldon apart from other schools in Elk Grove? Or what's the different spark that you feel Sheldon has?
I think it's our staff. I mean, obviously our community is wonderful, our kids are wonderful, but our staff, we have a lot of people that have been here, including myself and the principal, since we've opened. And so the vision and the dream has always been the same, and it's always carried over.
Awesome, Denise. Thank you so much. Back to you, Will.
Thank you very much, Lauren. A beautiful evening here in South Sacramento. We're at Sheldon High School, the Sheldon Pleasant Grove Community Stadium, buzzing with excitement and major energy because it is homecoming night and because the home team, Jim, a 2-touchdown lead, and that has to be pretty satisfying for the Sheldon contingent.
Well, it has to be very satisfying because I'll tell you this, known for their running, they took that first drive and they used over 7 minutes of clock and scored. That's kind of set the tone. But then they came out throwing, and this is where give credit to Coach Catalico and his staff that they had the confidence in Salinas because he's going into tonight. He only had 4 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions. But I'll tell you what, he's fired a few strikes here tonight, and the one big one down the field of Graves for a huge touchdown just shocked Elk Grove and everybody probably in the stadium for their second score. So give them credit. They've dominated the clock, the line of scrimmage, and the scoreboard all in one. And I'll tell you, Elk Grove is going to have to really get together here and manage their drives of their own to stay in this football game.
Well said, Coach. I couldn't agree more. We're going to step back and take a little break right now from the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. And when we come back, we'll have lots more fodder for you. Stay with us.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
14-0 you see there at the intermission here at Sheldon High School on homecoming night for the Huskies, putting it all together in an excellently played first half. Defense throwing the shutout thus far, and the offense clicking for a couple of TDs, one on the ground and a big one through the air. Certainly an impressive first half performance by the hosts. And I imagine the brainstorming, Coach Domino, in the locker room has got to be very heavy on both sides, and that's because the standings are so crucial. Every game in the Delta has great magnification.
Well, it sure does. Both these clubs come in here 1-0, and Franklin, of course, came in here 1-0 as well, and resulted at afternoon ball game. They are now 1-1. Jesuits jumping right in, unbeaten, also 1-0. And bringing up the rear, Davis 0-1, Cosumnes Oaks 0-1, Pleasant Grove 0-1. And to the right, you see their overall records in this tough Delta. And, Will, we've said it all along, we feel this league is wide open and up for grabs.
It most certainly is. And let's mention that, Jesuit did have the bye a week ago while everyone else in the Delta was playing. So they had to wait an extra week. They had to wait an extra week to lodge their first Delta League ball game, and they defended home field beautifully this afternoon over in Carmichael against the visiting Franklin Ball Club. That was a one-sided affair that puts the Marauders right there in the thick of things, though they played one less game. We'd have to say that at this point in time, as we see the Huskies coming out from their halftime discussion, part of our big crowd here on homecoming night, and of course we haven't yet had the major announcements of the royalty factor here of who might be crowned king and queen, but that's going to draw a little extra buzz. But on the field tonight, Coach John Heffernan and his triple option, they have been stymied to the maximum extent. After having some big wins their last 2 games out, to draw even at 2-2, they were not able to hit pay dirt.
Well, they have not, and give credit to, we're talking about the Sheldon offense opening up holes, but let's talk about the down 3, Davenport, Joseph Torres, McGrath, and then, of course, their linebacker core doing a great job, General Bright, McLaughlin, etc. Just in general, that defense tonight against the run has been terrific, far better than expected when I looked at some of the stats coming into this football game. The other thing that I haven't seen, I have not seen deception in that Herd backfield.
Well, the meat and potatoes for both of these ball clubs is the rushing attack, the ground game. They've both worn it out throughout the first 5 weeks of the season. Tremendous numbers for both teams, but tonight only one team is thriving, and that would be the host Sheldon Huskies, and they bring a brigade of running backs to the table so they can interchange them. They've got a combination of power and speed, and they've certainly showed that here in the first half. They dominated, Jim, the time of possession with 5 first downs in that first quarter.
Yes, 7.5 minutes on the clock and moving the chains and scored. That's huge. And they kept their defense off the field. And then, of course, they held the first 2 series that the Herd had the ball. They were 3 and punt the first 2 series. So they got the ball back immediately. And, you know,
well, the strength there on dominating the clock with those first downs. There you see 5 running backs that carry the football with authority, and it's a combination of power runners, speed runners, and slashers led by Terrell Smith.
Well, they got a core. Look at that. Justin Williams, Ladon Johnson, Dylan Janelle, Ziantra Brooks. Look at the averages per carry, not just the touchdowns, and you're seeing it. So once again, that front 5 of Garcia, Davenport, Lopez, Staley have got to be doing something. You don't do it alone, Will.
Not at all. And Miguel Rodriguez also. Garcia, Davenport, Lopez, Staley, and Rodriguez have all season long been taking care of business on their offensive line.
Well, I know this. They've got a core of outstanding experienced coaches who are sound in fundamentals, and believe me, it shows up front with their line play, and that's where it all starts. And I know there's a host of backs, and what surprised people here tonight is also Salinas looks pretty good throwing the football here tonight. Looks like he's regained his confidence.
Yeah, and he stood in there tough against heavy pressure. Well, don't wander off. We're going to take a little break here and step back, and when we return, we'll be ready for second half action here on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. We're very happy to have you with us this evening. It's homecoming night here at Sheldon High School. at the Sheldon Pleasant Grove Community Stadium, and the home team is doing the job for the home contingent. 14-0, Joe Catolico's ball club playing excellent football on both sides, offense, defense, and special teams, and their defense has really been the bigger of the two tails.
Well, it has. And, you know, when you think about it, so often those interior three don't get the credit. They got outstanding backers, Smith and Pierce, and good inside backers, General Bright and McLaughlin, with an excellent secondary. And secondary, what few times that they have tried, Harris have tried to throw against them, that secondary is covering them like a glove. So they've excelled in all phases of the game here this first half.
That's correct, Jim. As I understand it, we have some updates around the Delta. You already saw the final at Jesuit there in a one-sided game, but Cosumnes Oaks at the half trailing winless Pleasant Grove. That would have to be considered an upset tonight. But Pleasant Grove really not the same type of team since Joe Catolico stepped away from that coaching assignment. But they're on top right now at the intermission. Derek Milgram and Cosumnes Oaks are going to try to put things together for a second half comeback there. Same story here for John Heffernan and the Elk Grove Thundering Herd as they put a little bit more time back on the clock, and I think Lauren Goodman might be able to grab a word with Coach Heffernan, who's right now, his ball club is backed up against the wall, and they're going to have to turn in a very, very solid second half. Well, Lauren Goodman has an update momentarily. John Heffernan late coming back in. I'm sure he had a lot to say to his ball club.
Well, I know Coach Heffernan well, and I am sure there was much to say, and there wasn't, and they better have some answers on the field this second half, I guarantee you. And Coach Heff is a veteran coach, and he and the staff will take care of things.
Well, it's their responsibility, and right now it's Lauren Goodman's responsibility. We've got a little update. Lauren?
Just had a conversation with Coach Heff, and he is definitely fired up. First thing he said is, we're all right.
Well, a little technical difficulty there. Sorry about that. Wanted to hear what Lauren had to say about Coach Heffernan's comments, reflecting upon a first half in which his ball club was shut out. Not a thing to do with the triple option, and we'll see if we can spin it back to Lauren here and get the report on what Coach Heffernan had to say.
Well, Coach Heff is definitely fired up, but he said his team is all right. He said this is the worst football that they've played all year. He wants his team to get off on the ball and play faster. He said they're playing too slow. So he definitely emphasized that he wants to wake his team up, and they need to play faster in the second half. Back to you, Will.
Thank you very much. Play faster in the second half. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they got some speed reserves.
Besides playing faster, Will, generally his offense, that triple option, usually fakes me out and many of the people in the stands in terms of finding the football. That's not the case tonight. I don't see a lot of deception, okay? So sometimes you can freeze defenders with great deception, but I'm not seeing that, and plus the Sheldon D is controlling the line of scrimmage.
They are indeed, and the best deception I've seen tonight was Salinas on that handoff to Smith that got him to the 1 yard line. I got faked out of the building, and
that was a beautiful behind the
it really
behind
was.
the back draw. It was well executed.
Well, Sheldon will be kicking off to open the second half. They're on the field already. Leading it here, 14-zip. Francisco Hinojosa will do the booting, also a soccer player. Twin receivers stationed back at the Thundering Herd 15-yard line. Kalani Riddick, number 6. Here's the kickoff. Well placed and bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. And again, Elk Grove unable to get a return out of that. They'll open 1st and 10 from the Herd 20.
Well, that's what you like to do in Hinojosa, putting that ball in the end zone and making the Herd drive 80 yards on their first possession.
Well, knowing that they'd received the second half kickoff, this is the series of downs that's been plotted in advance by Coach Heffernan and his staff. Let's see what they come up with. Turn and give a loose football. Well, I'll tell you, Fabian Joseph, tough on that play. That interior line has been dynamite for Sheldon.
It was, and Kalani Riddick is very fortunate to recover his own fumble. He never had control of the ball at the handoff, and not a good way to start, and they're in 2nd and 10.
So they avert the turnover, but no gain. Inside run, short yardage to the 25. So going to bring up a 3rd down conversion opportunity. Riddick in that backfield, number 6. So they pick up 4 on the play.
But you know, you're in 3rd and long, and this type of offense, generally speaking, you want to move the football in the first 2 downs. 1st and 2nd down football.
3rd and 6 upcoming. There's a toss, left side running. Frazier tries to turn corner, driven out of bounds. Let's see where they spot him on this one. Nice lateral pursuit by that right defensive side for the Huskies. Frazier, one of the top players on this ball club.
Well,
and it's 1st down yardage.
One of the few you are seeing the chains move, and not too many times for the Herd tonight. This first drive is important to give your team confidence when you're behind 14-0. Take this first drive down the field. I don't care how long it takes you, but you've got to come away with a score.
Gain of 7 on that last play. They blast straight ahead. Nice offensive line surge there that continues the push. Boy, I was very impressed with 2 of their linemen on that. Jacob Hudson and Elijah Valier. Let's take another look at this line push.
Look at that push on the left side, but watch Riddick running hard behind that push. That's what they've got to do. Picking up 7 on the first carry.
So we'll make it 2nd and 3 upcoming, but we got a signal from referee Hal Steinbeck, and it's going to be a penalty against the Huskies to apply further damage, and it's a major penalty. Unsportsmanlike, huh? A little bit extra lip service out there, maybe. Well, that 14-0 lead isn't that fat. Or as my friend Robin would often say, the lead is not safe. So it sets up a 1st and 10 from the Sheldon 47.
Well, really, our referee is not ready, so they're holding it up. Now he'll start the clock.
Riddick has the carry, and that's a massive gang tackle right there. Well, I'll tell you, I think they knew which hole that was going to, Coach.
Well, 1st down football, they came with the world. If you see the replay, again, you've got to run something. Here they come with everybody. Okay, I mean, once in a while, you got to run a 1st down and play action pass.
I'm with you. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Wow, same spot, same result.
Yeah, you're in the 3rd and long here now, and you put your quarterback in a bind.
Well, Frazier had the carry, an ill-fated carry. He gets a couple, make it 3rd and 8 as you see Joe Catolico up along that sideline from the 45-yard line. Big play for the Herd here. Motion shown, quick hitch, left side. Nice run after the catch. Excellent effort right there.
I'm amazed he didn't go out of bounds. I really am. Really. Matthew Horn. Wow. Nice job by Matthew Horn, tiptoeing the sidelines. I think they got to do more of that. That doesn't take much. Could run a quick hitch to Horn. He makes a great move, tiptoes the sidelines. That's one of the better plays they've run tonight.
Call it a 1st and 10 from the Sheldon 37. Herd on the move, down 14-0. Starting to find some rhythm here. They go outside, little deception there, throws that up, down the sideline, near the end zone. No signal yet. Well, I'll tell you, Frazier did some stepping right there, but it's going to be a holding call against Elk Grove to wipe that out.
He did some stepping. Showed a burst of speed down that sideline. Unfortunate. That was their big play for the evening thus far. Notice they have not been running that triple option to the wide side of the field. They've been going left.
Thank you, Hal. So it remains 1st down, but the result, a major loss here for Elk Grove. First and 16 from the Sheldon 43. 8:46, still early 3rd. The Elk Grove drive sputtering a bit. Frazier again. Well, they're working that left side, but a penalty marker out. And we'll see about that. Back-to-back holding calls. Well, that has to be a tough setback for the Herd and their fans that have had little to cheer about this evening.
Well, here you see Al Steinbeck with a call. Back-to-back holding on their 2 best runs of the evening, Will.
You said it. Well, the Elk Grove sideline hurting right now. That looks like Coach Carlson there with the headset in his hand. 1st and 20 from the 47. A fake pass and a run up the middle on the delay. Harris is loose, working left, down the side. Finally knocked out of bounds to prevent, and that's the big play right there. That was deception. He did the deep fade, saw the field open up, and then showed the burst. And here's another look.
Watch the acceleration we talked about, Will. Quick to pass, inside, outside. Watch him cut to the outside. There's a showing his speed. Kept that ball to the outside, picking up a huge gain.
Further damage prevented by Michael Graves with the stop, but at the 9-yard line with a 1st and goal. They have been working that left side relentlessly. That one bottled up.
Well, Harris picked up a couple, but the fake to the first back on the option went untouched.
So the football looks like it's resting at about the 8-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 1 on that as they're going left, 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 even to the short side.
Well, it looks like they could run a counter to the wide side if they run enough left.
Harris left, keeps and dragged out near the 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Let's see where they spot that one.
Looked like he went out of bounds on the 4. Let's have a look at this. Once again, you see Harris fake the inside, pitch away, counter, keeps it down to about between the 4 and the 5.
That was a very nice push block there by Riddick to help set up that gain. 3rd and goal from the 4 after a 4-yard gain. You have to believe that the Herd, if necessary, will take 2 shots here. From the 4, Frazier in motion. Wow, Frazier took the pitch and danced in. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. And the triple option starting to show itself in that drive.
When you see this replay, this is as good as it gets out of quarterback Harris. This is what the triple option is about. This is excellent execution on this play.
Lining up for the PAT. They're going to go with Josiah Renneria. Good snap, good spot, plenty distance, and got it. At 7:18 of the 3rd, Elk Grove on the board. It's the pitch, Harris to Frazier. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The Elk Grove scoring drive, 5 minutes, 42 seconds. They go 80 yards in 15 plays, and that includes the back-to-back holding calls they were able to overcome. So 14-7, we got a new ball game here, nearing midway 3rd. Elk Grove has caught fire, and we'll see if Sheldon is able to light their fire again. High and short at the 23-yard line. Little hole. Williams, nice job on the return into Elk Grove territory to about the 48. Justin Williams took that on the run and picked his way clean.
That's a great return. It really is. A super return going to midfield. Nice short field for Sheldon.
25-yard return, Justin Williams. So they'll set up shop at the Elk Grove 48, leading at 14-7. Turn and give. Smith, tough slasher there, hard to bring down as he spins for a little extra after the initial contact.
Well,
second down. 2nd and 7 after gain of 3 as he makes the Elk Grove 45.
Lucas Chowhob has come in the game on the defensive line and made that play. Lucas Chowhob coming in, number 76 for the Herd.
Whistle stops play. Time out Sheldon. That comes as we near midway 3rd quarter. 14-7 Sheldon. We'll be right back. Stick around.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
.39 remaining as we're midway in the third quarter. This game has tightened up. 14-7 now after the Elk Grove touchdown. Sheldon trying to push out and get some more field position. Salinas to throw, got a man over the middle, well done. Big first down right there. And before I could write the note to the Imperator, they beat me to it as tight end Elijah Pierce has the grab.
Well, I'll tell you what, Salinas threw a dart. It looked like movement at the top of the screen, though.
On the offense.
So it's going to cost him, but that second down pass, I had that one in mind, Coach.
Well, he drilled him. Salinas took that three-step drop and drilled him.
On the offense. Repeat second down.
But their flanker was moving earlier.
Okay, they're back at the midfield stripe. Second and close to 15 from the 50. Salinas short drop, fire right. He's got a hookup out there. Nicely done. Short, reliable type hookup there, and they go to Janelle, who always seems to be open. Dylan Janelle makes the most out of his touches.
Well, wide open. Look at the cushion played. You know, with a strong running attack like that, and the corners playing off the receiver, I'm a bit surprised that the corners are giving them that 6, 7, 8 yard cushion.
Short yardage situation. They blast it. The play is strung out, but nice effort there, and that's going to be enough for a first down if they mark the progress correctly. And little incidental skirmishing there after the play. This is a crucial Delta League game for both ball clubs. So the 3rd and 2 play. So maybe they will get our first measurement. Maybe not. First down,
well,
Huskies.
Yeah, they got to be real careful because there's a little jawing going on with the wideouts closest to the herd bench.
Well, we've already had one unsportsmanlike in tonight's ball game. Let's see what happens. Clock rolling at the 5:40, flip side of quarter number 3. Salinas turn and give to Smith. Right side running, breaks a tackle and leaks away. Makes something out of nothing on the play. Well, there we see more of that. Let's have some sideline management, huh? Let's take another look.
Well, let's look. I'll give Smith credit here. There was very little there. Okay, now he gets the most out of it yards after contact. That's a great effort by Smith.
That was a tough 5 yards he picked up right there to move it out down to the Elk Grove 33 at the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. 14-7 Sheldon after leading 14-0 at the half. Turn and give to the other side this time. Smith chopped on an excellent low tackle there to prevent a longer carry.
Well, give that defense some credit. We know they didn't show much in that first half, but I'll tell you, that's a pretty good job there corralling Smith there. Excellent job. Shoestring tackle.
Well, that would have easily been a first down had it not been for that tackle. Gain of 3, 3rd and 2 from the 31. Salinas, toss. Left side, Smith cuts back to the middle, and I think he might have enough there.
Well, he picked up at least 3 or 4, if not more.
That's a tough back right there, Terrell Smith. And let's take another look. He ran this one hard, Coach.
Oh, very hard. Yep, here we go. He run that. They pull that guard and pull a tackle. They've run this play forever.
That was a nice tackle right there by Brandon Grant. First down from the 25. A throw, overthrown. Janelle is always open.
He certainly is. He ran a great post route, and he really terrific route. That was a good call. I like the call on second and long. I love the call.
Salinas missed him on that. That was good enough to be a 6 with the lead he had.
Yeah. Take that back to be corrected. At 1st and 10, he went to it. That's the time to make that kind of call.
Well, who knows? Maybe they'll go back to it. We've seen that before. Motion in the backfield. Salinas, quick flip.
Well, Janelle was off to the races on that bubble screen if he didn't drop it. That would have been a big play.
He's disgusted with himself, as you can see there. He knows he should have made something happen on that one. 3rd and 10. So an overthrow and a drop leaves Sheldon with 3rd and long. And I'd imagine this is going to be 4-down territory here to try to.
No question.
Sure. Let's see how they try to bite this. Wants to throw again. Over the middle, Graves open on a slant. And a big catch and a big first down, Michael Graves. Salinas is looking pretty sharp.
All right, take a look at this. Watch Salinas. Quick fake inside, 3-step drop, wide open middle, wide open. No linebackers, no safety, no one.
From the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. Huskies banging on the door. They run off tackle left and a big pile up shy of the goal line, but barely shy. He almost powered in for that. They're at the 1.
Well, one of the herd went airborne. I'm surprised that he didn't draw a penalty. You'll watch a latecomer come in airborne.
Well, Terrell Smith, oh no, that's a penalty right there. Who did he think he was? That was ridiculous. I'm glad you saw that, Coach.
Wow.
Okay, they spotted him at the 2. 2nd and goal from there. They just a 2-yard carry. Power it up. Touchdown, Huskies. Terrell Smith hits pay dirt. That was a big answering touchdown right there to stretch back out and make it 20-7, and we'll take a look at Terrell Smith, who powered those last 2 runs.
He just put his head down and let it go. Great leg drive, excellent.
Westlake on for the PAT. Spotted clean, booted, and got it. At the 2:52 mark, Sheldon cashes in, and here's Terrell Smith banging it home the hard way. Power running. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Sheldon back on the board. And back to a 14-point cushion. There's the Hinojosa kickoff. And a run back, stopped just across the 25-yard line. Nice effort there. Hunter Hall, the returner, got spun around and stood up.
Well, that was Have Pinckney, it looked like. Got spun early.
So they'll settle for field position at their own 28. Well, they spread out 3 wide receivers for the first time this evening that I can recall and show some motion in the backfield. Harris to throw, playing catch up. Got a man wide open. The defender fell down. Here's a foot race. Down the sideline, pay dirt on the big play as Elk Grove cashes in on a major breakdown in the secondary. And Horn with the catch and run.
Wow, Matt Horn with a huge play.
"72 yards on the catch and run," and just like that, the Herd answers with the bomb. Trying to convert, spot, boot, and got it. Here's how it happened. Harris unloaded this pass on target, and the defender, deep defender, fell down. And then it was a foot race after that, and Graves unable to cut him off. He took the inside fake and led him down the sideline. We'll be right back. Well, both clubs traded TDs, one of the short power variety and the big bomb to answer that immediately and lock this game back up within striking distance. The Elk Grove kickoff, a bounder that comes up high and taken on the run by one of the up men. Williams trying to get outside, knocked down, but good field position outside the 30-yard line for Sheldon. And a nice effort that time on the downfield coverage turned in by Carter Murray.
Great open field tackle by Murray. Great open field tackle.
So 1st and 10 for the Huskies at their own 34. On first down, they get stuffed. A carry for 1 yard, perhaps. They were waiting for that one. And coming up hobbling, Terrell Smith, and he's going to leave the ball game. Well, we'll see about that. Lauren Goodman will probably give us an update. And that is a loss. But we talked about that deep backfield and the many runners that they put out there. Let's see what happens here.
Well, Williams and Johnson, I think, is cramping up. I don't believe it's a serious thing.
Passing down for Salinas over the middle. A bullet taken on the dead run, and a cut gets it inside Elk Grove territory to about the 48-yard line. Nice catch and run, delivered on the money. Salinas looking sharp on that. Elijah Pierce, the tight end, with the grab. This was a dart.
It certainly was. There is a huge gaping pocket between the linebackers and the safeties. I'm telling you, I've watched it with Salinas could pick them apart in that middle. Up in the seam, what we call seam or crease, is wide open. The linebackers do not take much of a drop. There's a huge hole.
On first down, they go with the screen, and it clicks this time. Fabian Joseph run into the daylight and dragged down from behind on a nice tackle by Brandon Grant, but not before another big first down.
Excellent call. Watch the screen by Salinas. Drops the ball off to Joseph. Joseph behind a host of blockers, outside, inside, and moving the chains with a nice 15-yard gain.
From the 28-yard line of Elk Grove. Big hole. Justin Williams bounce it outside, show some speed, turn it up. A flag flies as he's knocked down, shoved out of bounds, and we'll see about the penalty. Let's bounce it down to Lauren Goodman with an update.
Here with the injury update, Will, Tyrell Smith is cramping all the way down to his toes. Now they're worried. They're stretching him out on both legs, and he's with the trainer, so his return will be up to date. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Lauren. So his status in question for the remainder of the ball game with a major cramp, but you see the penalty walk off.
Repeat first down.
So they'll repeat first down.
Blocking from the back.
Well, that wiped out a big play. However, they did get, well, they're going to give him 1 net yard on that. I'm going to call it 1st and 9 from the 27. They tried to blast for it, and that didn't work. And I think Justin Williams would be the first to admit that.
Yeah, well, yeah. Watch Williams. He had a stone wall in there. Good defense. Give to Williams. Nothing there. Now, the good penetration is coming from outside in.
Well,
and give credit from Riddick coming from outside in.
Well, he's one of their impact players, even though he carries the football once in a while. On defense, he's a terror. 2nd and 9 on no gain. Salinas has some time, fires for the end zone. A leaping interception in the secondary, and just mentioned his name, Riddick, shuts down that threat. Another penalty? Well,
I think that Hurd is refusing the penalty and should be the Hurd ball.
Al Steinbach with the call.
On the offense, penalty is declined. Interception. Results, white ball.
As you say, Imperator. 1st and 10 from the Hurd 20. 13 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. They toss it on the same play they scored on, outside. Another big gainer. Nice cut back to the middle and still on his feet. Who wants him? A superlative effort by Frazier, who lost the football at the end of that, but he may have been called down.
What a great effort by Frazier. All of a sudden, this Hurd Ball Club has come alive. There's a lot more spirit. You see more effort.
Okay, end of the 3rd. Don't wander off. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
It's not my first time bartending, so.
It's a sausage party in here.
It's fine. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing, totally last thing.
Yeah.
Is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud in here. So your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you. So you may want to.
What?
Well, things are warming up here even more at the Sheldon Pleasant Grove Community Stadium. Let's check in with Lauren Goodman.
Oh, Well, I'm here with Sheldon's homecoming royalty, king and queen, and they're going to kind of tell me about the process to getting this title. This is one of the most prestigious high school titles, king and queen. It's going to go in the yearbook. So how did you guys get to this place?
Well, first off, in the beginning of the year, we had our senior barbecue, which is where everybody nominated their peers for being royalty court first. And then what happens is the next week we had our first rally, and that's where we announced who the 14 members were, 7 girls, 7 boys. And then after that week, we had this whole homecoming week, spirit week, royalty luncheon, where everybody just votes. The whole student body, including staff, votes.
So I know tonight your parents are here. How proud are you to be now homecoming king?
I'm very proud because all the love and support I've gotten this past week from my classmates and from my family. I'm very thankful, and I appreciate everyone that's been supporting me through this whole road.
Well, that's all from your royalty. Will, back to you.
Thank you, Lauren. The herd goes wide right down the sideline. A big gainer inside. It looks like the Sheldon 40-yard line. And again, major production by Hunter Hall there.
It certainly was. Watch him turn a corner there, and they're getting around the perimeter. As you pitch to Hall, it picks up a couple of blockers downfield and turns a corner. Picks up an additional 10 when the ball started out. It didn't look like he was going to get that far, but excellent by Hall.
We're just underway here in the fourth quarter. 21-14, Sheldon on top here, but the Elk Grove Thundering Herd showing some thunder here, driving the field. They've been playing catch up all night, and on 2 occasions trailed by 14 points. Timeout taken, and we'll take a little break ourselves and come right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts. Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Well, Elk Grove burned an early timeout here with 10:40 to go in the fourth quarter. They're down 7. It must have been meaningful. 1st and 10. Harris keeps and pitches. Little room to the outside, and they go back to Hunter Hall. Pretty good bite there, and it's going to bring up 2nd and short. Clock rolling at the 10:22 mark. Well, we see a concerned Joe Catolico up along that Sheldon sideline looking on. His team has been in front all night, but things are getting tighter. 2nd and 2 from the 32.
Let's see if Harris can work some of his magic here. Carter Harris, keep an eye on him.
That play stymied. Nice lunge ahead to try to get something out of nothing there. And again, Riddick has the pill. He's dropped right at the 30. So let's see how close they are to a first. Another look at the dive. The lunge right there may have gotten it for him. Let's see. First down. Riddick coming up big on those power shots. Clock rolls on, 9:25 to go. Early fourth. And this large crowd now starting to edge closer to the edge of their seats. This is the game we thought we were going to have tonight, Coach.
Well, yes. it's materialized here in the second half.
Hall, sweep right, chopped.
Well, they love to run to that near sideline, Will.
They surely do. So clock stoppage out of bounds there. Well, John Heffernan to the right there, Carlson to the left, and so far they must think they've got him right where they want him. Okay, gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Give it to the first man through there, a plunge. They're inside the 25. They're satisfied with taking small bites with Riddick and going wide with Hall. Frazier as well.
Yeah, Riddick picks up about 3 to still short 3rd and a long 3.
From the 24-yard line, 3rd and 3. Interesting call here, Coach.
Well, it is. I'm a little surprised that they didn't try to go outside here. They gave Riddick the ball on the dive inside.
Riddick. He powers up. Don't know if he got the 3 on that. This will be close.
It depends on the motion. They knocked him back. He looked short to me.
4th and 1. So they put it at the 23. Well, you can mark this one on your notepad. 7:50 to go, clock rolling. 4th and 1 for the Herd at the Sheldon 21. Here's the big call. Motion by Hall. Harris a step back and look to the sideline. And a timeout. That's 2 now early in the quarter. We'll be right back with the timeout of our own. Stay with us.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
After a called timeout, Elk Grove takes the field. 4th and 1. The big play with 7.5 minutes to go. Harris, fake, keep, toss, Hall. Shoved back, but plenty for a first down. So they get the clutch play and sustain here. And they'll park the football.
All right, this is a lot of maneuvering, fakes away, runs a counter option. Opposite is pulling lineman, and a great effort here by number 11, Hunter Hall, moving the chains.
Okay, fresh set of downs. Harris keeps and tosses. They try to go left with Frazier. He stays on his feet after getting spun around, but the help arrives to finish off the play. Tough D on first down right there by the Huskies. And nice pursuit again by General Bright to finish the play.
That was a huge loss. General Bright with a great play and stayed at home. Watch his footwork in there as they corral Frazier. Takes a huge 12-yard loss.
Football all the way back to the 27-yard line. And call it 2nd and 18. Double wide receivers to the right. Harris to throw, bobs, and he's going to run it left. Cannot get outside. Several defenders there to contain that, led by Fabian Joseph. Now a big 3rd down upcoming, 3rd and long from the 25. 3rd and 15. Clock stopping at the 6-minute mark as Harris was spun out of bounds.
That last play really mystifies me. Really. They had 3 people there. He started the pass. He flushed the pocket.
Harris rolls and looks to throw. Chased and stays on his feet. Room to run. Slipping tacklers and finally corralled. A very elusive, gutty effort there. Helping finish off the play, Malcolm McLaughlin. But they had him for a big loss and couldn't wrap him up. They had him right there and couldn't hold him. But
watch the moves by Harris. He's a little guy, but let me tell you, he plays big.
Major penalty against the Herd.
Blocking the back against the offense. 3rd down.
Well, possible drive buster, we'll see. It's going to bring up 3rd and plenty.
Wow, that spot of that foul, I'm amazed. That turns out to be almost like a 20-yard penalty.
3rd and 32 from the Sheldon 41. Well, if they can wriggle off the hook from this, they'll deserve it, I'm sure. .5:24 to go, 4th quarter. Harris wants to throw. Plenty of time. Deep over the middle. Broken up. Good cover in the secondary there.
Well, give that credit among others. Gabriel Brown,
And
young sophomore, really got up there.
Clayton Hunt back there as well. So Horn was the intended receiver. He's a big presence, as you can see there, and he had the big touchdown run earlier. 4th and plenty.
Well, they all were back there helping. Gabriel Brown, and of course Hunter.
Punt formation shown by the Herd with 5:13 to go. If they relinquish possession here, they're really going to have their defense come up big. But we got whistles stopping play. Time out taken. Sheldon wants to take a break, and so will we. We'll be right back.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Okay, 4th and a mile. There's the punt, a good one, very high, but again, bouncing out of bounds, no return, effective to be sure, and it puts Sheldon in a hole. So Francisco Salinas and the Sheldon offense have their task cut out. They need to grind a few first downs.
Well, they do, because the second half, primarily, you know, they took a 14-0 lead into the halftime. Okay? They've been outscored 14-7, and for the most part, Elk Grove has kind of dominated the clock and did what they did in the first half. They took that drive off the second half kickoff and marched down the field.
Turn and give. Justin Williams finds a hole up the middle. Big run and knocked down. A real speed merchant right there as he barrels to the 35.
That got him out of a hole. That's a great run.
And they'll have to do it without Terrell Smith, who still hasn't re-entered after that leg cramp. Here's another look at Justin Williams.
Watch Williams here with some moves. Don't hang around on me. You know, he's got the speed, but he also has got some moves, and he is elusive.
1st and 10 from the 25. It was a big play right there to get out of the hole partially. Up the middle again. Justin Williams packing the gear across the 30 to the 32 or so. Clock rolling at the 4:25. Justin Williams, one of the excellent backs that carry the football for Sheldon. Major speed and tough to bring down.
Well, it's important if they just move the chains and make the first downs and keep the clock moving for Coach Catalica's group.
2nd and 4. Inside run did not work out. Well, we've got an injured Husky out there. Could be Justin Williams holding his left leg, and that doesn't look good. Left thigh. So,
I think he's cramping up too, just like Smith. He's cramping up.
Well, hydration big, especially in this type of humidity, but tough luck there. We'll be right back after this short break for more of Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
A huge 3rd and 3 here upcoming for Sheldon. They try the middle again. Don't know. The spot here is going to be crucial. Well, they're going to be short by a foot. As usual, we'll be selecting our players of the game. One from each team. In the post-game segment, Lauren Goodman will be interviewing our standout student athletes. But still 3 minutes to go in this one. And Sheldon looking at a 4th and 1. Roll the dice. What you going to do, Coach?
Well, they may try to long count them.
Power plus.
No, there's good surge. They've moved the chains. Good surge by the interior line of Sheldon. They've done it all night. Garcia, Davenport, Lopez, Staley, and Rodriguez going off the football.
Man, they blasted him out of there.
Oh, yeah. And that is a key first down, clock moving, and I'm sure Coach Heffernan would like to have some of those timeouts back.
Boy, he certainly would. Time getting tight now for the Thundering Herd. Down 7, 2.5 to go, rolling. Let's see how good Sheldon can take care of the football and manage the clock here. Motion down the line from Juniel, but they run it straight ahead and buried. That was quite a defensive play right there on Johnson. He got totaled on that.
They were waiting for him. Okay, take a look at this. and you see him from the outside in, coming in from there, from his position 7, making a great play. Cade Jordan coming from the outside in.
Well, a timeout taken, but we're going to keep it right here at the 2:11. Things are getting a little dicey here at the Sheldon Pleasant Grove Community Stadium on Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. It's Delta League action. We saw what was happening around the league. Jesuit victorious, and we saw a tight one at the intermission with Casumnas Oaks and Pleasant Grove. But right here, we got two 1-0 teams trying to go 2-0, and right now the hosts on homecoming have the edge.
Well, they're fighting for their lives, really. They dominated the first half, but I give the Herd credit. They made some adjustments, and other than that one touchdown they gave up in the third quarter, they played pretty solid here. But they're out of timeouts, and quite frankly, if the chains get moved here one more time, it's going to be really hard for the Herd to get the ball back, really.
2nd and 13 from the 35. Turn and give. They're looking for it, and they shove it back as the carry goes across the 35 to the 36. They get a yard or so out of the play as the clock rolls to the 2-minute mark.
Well, right now, with the clock ticking away, if they don't make it a 4th down and by the punt, they can use the clock and get penalized on the punt, they can get that clock down. They can get it down to about 30, 40 seconds, maybe less.
Maybe less.
Because they got 2 downs to clock it. And to me, they'll eventually punt, maybe, if they don't get a 1st down on this one, but they'll let the clock run.
3rd and 10, Salinas keeps and goes left. He gets some yardage and runs for a 1st down to midfield.
That's a great call.
That certainly was, in a gutty run by Francisco Salinas. Huge 1st down right there.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a great call, keeping the football. Hey, everybody collapsed inside. Watch Salinas bootlegging away, and that whole Elk Grove D, plus a missed tackle out there. And really, Elk Grove's not going to be able to, unless looks like Coach called the timeout.
We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you look. From losing your hair, even your eyebrows, to changes in your skin and nails, cancer treatment can rob you of your confidence and self-esteem. But Look Good, Feel Better changes all that. More than 800,000 women have learned how to address the appearing side effects of cancer treatment through our workshops.
Well, a kneel down by Francisco Salinas has just about sealed the deal. Clock rolling at 55 seconds. And there you see an update from across the way in Elk Grove. Casumnas Oaks down 20-13 at the half. On top with 8 minutes to go, 21-20. Nice comeback by Derek Milgram's ball club.
Oh, it certainly was. And
another kneel down by Salinas.
Well, even if they kneel one more time, it's over.
Well, as we anticipated all week long, we figured we'd have a tight game, a hard-fought game. Two ball clubs very heavy in the run, slugging it out in the trenches, although there was a couple of big plays over the top.
Yes, a couple of big TD passes, not expected. Huge TD passes, that's it.
Well, let me repeat myself one more time. As James Cagney would say, the examination's over.
It is.
And this one's in the book as a 21-14 victory by the Sheldon Huskies. over Elk Grove. And the Huskies improve now to 2-0 in the Delta League as Elk Grove falls to 1-1. And the standings will be juggled again. There you see the Warriors showing a softer side there of sportsmanship. Hard-fought game tonight, Coach.
Really hard for it. Give Elk Grove credit. They got a very slow start first half. The clock and the line of scrimmage and the scoreboard were dominated by the Sheldon Huskies. And then, as mentioned by Coach Catalico, he said that the Herd would make adjustments and they're going to be a lot tougher in the second half, as he mentioned that to Lauren. And exactly what he said came out. Coach Heffernan's crew came out to play that second half. It's unfortunate that they can't replay the first half, but that's the way it is. It was all Sheldon in the first half, and I would give the edge to Elk Grove in the second half, but Sheldon prevails 21-14.
Most assuredly. Don't wander off. When we come back from break, it'll be our post-game segment. Lauren Goodman will be visiting with our players of the game. We'll hold you in suspense for a wee bit longer, so don't wander off. We'll be right back.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary. But I'm a little misunderstood. Funny! Sorry, I almost killed you. We've all been misunderstood. You're not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
The right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, the verdict is in, and the decision is final this evening at Sheldon High School, where on homecoming night, everything came up roses for the host Huskies tonight as they prevailed 21-14 over a tough Elk Grove ball club, and had some twists and turns in tonight's game and a real thriller. We have selected our players of the game, and I think there were lots of candidates, but I'm satisfied certainly with these selections. For Elk Grove, quarterback Carter Harris, and for the Sheldon Huskies, wide receiver DB Michael Graves. As we come up deuces wild, Lauren Goodman is standing by with our players of the game. Lauren?
Well, I'm here with two number twos, players that played outstanding, not only on the field, but they made outstanding plays. First, for Elk Grove, I have him here, Carter Harris. Sorry about that. Okay. You had a big game today. It was tough mentally. How important is that for your team?
I think the mental part of the game is very important because if you come out slow and then get beat up early, then it kind of kills the momentum. If you get off fast, then momentum's flowing, and you just got to keep going back and forth throughout the game.
Now you're only a junior, and Coach talked to me about he wanted you guys to play faster, pick the tempo up. How did you help your team do that in the second half?
I was just trying to lead by example, just hype up my teammates, say that it's not over, a lot of football left, just yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just trying to lead my team. I'm not very vocal, but I just try to get them going any way I can.
Even though you're not that vocal, you made some big plays coming up in the third and in the fourth to kind of keep your team going and keep that momentum going. Now, even though you took the L today, how are you going to help your team focus for next week?
Next week, just same thing, going to come back for practice, come in fired up. This is a tough loss against a great team, great coaching staff, and I just think we just got to come ready for next week. It's not really about the team, but we're just going week by week and focusing on that.
Thank you so much, Carter. Good luck on the rest of the season. Now, for Sheldon's player of the game, you had the big-time 77-yard touchdown. How do you make plays like that?
It's just practice. It's pretty much I work all day with Coach Cat. Coach Cat keeps me right. Just mental work. I've been working all summer. I've been working all my life for this. So it's just when my moment comes, I just make plays. You feel me?
I feel like they weren't ready for that long pass. They were kind of playing you guys for the run. How do you stay focused even though your team is a running team?
It's like I know they're going to bite up, and I know I have speed. So every time they try to mess with the run play, I can blow by them every time. And, when we got Real, my guy like Real in the backfield, it's easy to make plays when all they want is run, run, run. You feel me?
As a tall receiver, you can kind of see over plays and make plays happen, but how do you keep your offense focused when you guys aren't scoring in that second half?
When we weren't scoring, I was in the huddle. I kind of told them to, keep your head in it because we were kind of getting lost. So, but we kept our head in it. We, good coaching, Coach Gat right there, good coaching.
So are you full of more big plays for the weeks to come?
Yes, I am, for sure.
Thank you so much, Michael. Good luck on the rest of the season. Now I'm here with the winning coach. Coach, now I know you're probably relieved that game is over. Kind of got stung in the first half scoring, kind of slowed it down. What was happening through your team in that second half?
Well, you know what? They came out and played well against us. We know they've got a real good football team. We had a couple opportunities that we didn't cash in on, but I was proud of our kids. We were resilient, did some good things offensively at the end when we needed to keep the ball away from them, and played a good game defensively, I thought, all the way through.
Now everybody wants to score and put big points on the board, but tonight wasn't that night. How do you keep your team focused even though they're not scoring? Doing good things but not scoring.
Well, I think tonight the kids did a good job of that. We've struggled with that a little bit at other times during the season, but I thought the kids kept their head in the ball game and stayed focused and stayed on the defensive side of things. And then, we made enough plays on offense. We didn't play as well on offense as we would have liked to, but again, part of that is they got a good defensive football team, and they did a good job of taking some of the things we wanted to do and making them hard for us.
Coach, how much was tonight a true test of how hard and strong the Delta is every week?
It was a great example, and a great example of football in the Delta League and football here in the Elk Grove School District. Elk Grove's got obviously a tremendous program and a lot of tradition, and so they're the measuring stick, for this school district, and just another night of tough Delta League football. And we're happy anytime we get out with a win in a Delta League ball game. It's an accomplishment for sure.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck on the rest of the season. Back to you, Will.
Well, thanks, Lauren. Don't wander off now because I wanted to bounce a question your way from the box up here. And, we did see you gave an injury report when Terrell Smith came off the field with the apparent cramp or leg injury. He was not available the rest of the way for the Huskies. How did that look to you as he left the field?
Well, injuries started struggling with the Huskies because they were all tremendously cramping. You could tell, like Coach talked about, the toughness of the game was getting to them, and there was a lack of hydration. Huskies had a sideline box full of bananas so that they could keep the players hydrated and keep the potassium in them so they were not cramping, but that definitely played an impact, as well as how far down he was cramping. He was also cramping in his feet and his legs, so that was probably keeping him from getting back on the field.
Well, thank you very much for that report, Lauren. And again, Jim Domino, credit Joe Catolico's ball club for playing through that. He's got the deep rotation in his backfield, and we saw Williams come through with 2 or 3 big runs there to really hold on to the football and kill the rest of the clock.
Well, he did. Having depth in that running back position with Johnson and Williams able to come in there, and then occasionally throw McLaughlin in there, who was a linebacker and hard-nosed fullback and blocker, and Joseph. But Salinas, I think, surprised a lot of people tonight. And he made some big plays when it counted. And down the stretch, when he had to move the chains with a bootleg play and a great call from the bench, and everybody collapsed on the running back, and he took it upon himself, picked up about 15, moved the chains, and that was the deciding factor. Game over.
Now, that was a very clutch play, and Coach Catolico early in the week said he has basically come of age, so to speak. It's his second year as a starting returning quarterback, and the ball players around him haven't quite reached the same apex that he has. And so tonight, though, that might have tightened up even further. So before we close out, I want to let you know that we've got more goodies on the way for next week on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week, but we're shifting to a Saturday because we're going up to the next level. Community college football from Hughes Stadium. The Sierra College Wolverines come to Sacramento to take on the Sac City Panthers. So that'll be our game of the week on a Saturday. Earlier start time at 6 p.m., so set your dial for that one. Sac City hosting Sierra College next week. But here tonight in South Sacramento at Sheldon High School on homecoming night, the host Huskies jump out to a 14-0 lead and hold on for a solid and important 21-14 victory over the Elk Grove Thundering Herd and improve now to 2-0 atop the Delta League standings. So that's the way it shakes out here as the Hometown Sports Game of the Week wraps up coverage tonight, and it's necessary to extend our deep appreciation to the Sheldon High School administration, particularly Athletic Director Denise Aguilar, for their cooperation and assistance with our broadcast arrangements for this production. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week is a special sports presentation of Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. For the Imperator, Jim Domino, Lauren Goodman, our game director, Gary Martin, and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, I'm Will James. We thank you for tuning in and look forward to the next occasion when we can get together. From Sheldon High School, we say so long, everyone. Good night.
Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.